Whirlpool and Maytag are the same manufacturer. And so whenever you see Maytag, rest assured that you can use Whirlpool name brand. It's the same identical manufacturer that makes Whirlpool and Maytag. And so you can exchange the parts. This pump is much durable than the original pump that was used. And so I'm going to replace just the pump motor and not the housing. Whirlpool and Maytag are the same manufacturer. And so whenever you see Maytag, rest assured that you can use Whirlpool name brand. It's the same identical manufacturer that makes Whirlpool and Maytag. And so you can exchange the parts. This pump is much durable than the original pump that was used. And so I'm going to replace just the pump motor and not the housing. No need disputing that, right? Identical. Only difference is they put the wiring directly into the winding of this motor versus quick disconnect on the housing. Other than that, identical. And so the comparison in price, we'll see what that is. But install this pump and the unit will run and test good. Be sure to use RTV sealant. You don't want to take a chance of getting a water breach, and want to wipe out your chamber to remove any possibility of a water breach. Put some RTV sealant and get a waterproof seal on it. This stuff can be messy inside your bag, as you can see. But keep the stuff inside of its own little storage. Don't want to be shy with that. That's the difference of a non-breach water system and a breach water system. Last thing you want to do is see a water leak. Using simple tools, but you can easily use a hand drill. That's what I normally would use, but I'm just using simple tools. See how easy this is? It can be. Manual dexterity. That's all that's needed. Alright, good to go. This seal also needs to be cleaned down, wiped down and cleaned also. And this needs to be checked every 6 months. So to see if you have any objects that's larger than this area that could protrude and hit your pump. It'll protrude through here, and it'll just keep banging back and forth as your pump is trying to suction. Comes through, it'll go here and right across. It'll just keep banging right across, hitting that impeller blade. This is a non-permanent seal, RTV sealant. And so usually this gasket wears. So I would put RTV sealant on here. Little details. Not necessary, but little details. I don't want to come back and look at this. I want to do this. I want to have one time to look at this and to do this and do it right the first time, if possible. Alright, got your male, female connectors right there. Secure it to your wire harness right here with a zip tie, out the way, and you're good to go. Great stuff. You use electrical tape also, but I just like zip ties. I'm just going to sit it right here. Easy access. And out the way. Voila, that's it. Instant gratification. Being satisfied. And instant gratification.
Awesome.
I love this. You can see why DIY is so appealing. Other than saving money. You know how that goes. Don't go crazy about it. Yeah, when you get into a jam, call the professionals and we'll come and show you, and more than willing to show you. And so there's no issue here with professionals and DIY. And so Parts always are warranted for 1 year, factory. Labor is always warranted for 90 days. That's the security of having the liability put into someone else's hands. That's the purpose of that. So if you have any problems, you don't have to worry about trying to figure it out. You just make a phone call and help will arrive. Just want to get some water in there. Door lock good. Water valve good. Second chance to put clothes in, to add clothes. Door relock. Waiting for the control board to sense pressure through the water valve, through the pressure switch. And then once pressure is felt through the pressure switch, and then power is routed to the source via the pressure switch. And then from the source, the ground is provided to the water valve and or power, one of the two. But the complaint is that it will not drain. And so let's get some water in here and see if it drains. That should be good enough. And drain spin. And let's see. Start. No water's leaking anywhere. Checking for breach at this time. There's enough water in the unit. Pressure switch. Once the pressure switch is made. There we go. Well, we got a drain. Very solid. Identical components, just a different wiring connection. That's the benefits of knowing. But the internet will also display this pump and also will display this pump. So it will give you the options of purchasing a same manufacturer component, same quality, same design, but much cheaper. When you search these and you use the model number will force you to have to buy the part in which the model number recognizes. But if you know that Whirlpool and Maytag are identical, then you know Maytag and shares the same. So all you have to do is find a part from the same manufacturer, different name brand, and this part will be cheaper of a different name brand, same design, same manufacturer, different name brand. Alright, well, looks like it tests good, right? Looks good to me. Maytag front load washer conclusion. Pump tests good. Pump is good for 1 year. Labor is good for 90 days. And preventative maintenance. Be sure to remove any objects that may be in your pockets before washing. They can find their way, and they will find their way into your pump. Usually it takes about 2 years, 3 years before there's enough interference of objects hitting the impeller, or objects hitting the impeller to cause the impeller to damage, or to even clog, or to jam. But those are the three main things that cause drain pumps from not being operative. And so once they're replaced, generally you're going to have no issues for maybe about 3-4 years if you are diligent in making sure you have no objects in your pockets before a wash.